You got to go, man. Never wait on the right time, because the right time ain't ever coming. You have to go. See, when you have these ideas of greatness, you got to go forward, because it's not going to be a right time. Just go, jump, take a chance. If you ever planning on soaring, you're going to have to jump. But if you don't do it now, when you going to do it?
Do you know how much time you have left? Do it now. Take action now.
Because you only got 8 years of life, by the way, just so you know. Average person lives 78. You spend 28 of those years sleeping. You spend another 3 or 4 shopping, traffic, add it up, you get 8 years. And you're not a newborn, so you got less than that. You don't need to know a little more. You need to execute a little more. You need to make some mistakes. Quit trying to be perfect. The best people I know in business, they take action when they don't know everything. You need to embrace the mess. Embrace the chaos. You're never going to know everything you think you need to know. You take action. The Lord has a way when you step into a new space of revealing to you the people, places, resources, and things you need in that space, and you go from there and you go to the next one.
Listen, it's your time. Seize the moment. If you put everything off until you're sure of it, you'll never get anything done. What you have and who you are is enough. Live like a warrior. And warriors are always in fight mode. You've got to fight to put all your efforts and energy into things that's productive and purposeful. See, it doesn't take any motivation to put things off. If you put everything off till everything get right, oh, when I get all my ducks lined up, is that right? What if it's not duck season? Do what you're going to do and do it now. Defer no time. Delays have dangerous ends. You think about that. If you focus on living where you can do more, that you can achieve more, the possibilities are unlimited. When you don't have enough courage to do what it is that you've been sent here to do, life moves on you. You were chosen to do the greater work. That's why you're still breathing. People that are hungry, they're persistent. As long as they got a pulse, they keep coming back. They might bend, but they won't break. I asked myself, if I died now, what would I be upset about? Some dream that I had that I put off, that I didn't get done. You're still here. You're still breathing. You still got a pulse. You're not a loser. You're a winner. You were born to win. You came here winning. Well, I'm depressed right now. No, you don't have the luxury of being depressed. Keep it moving.
You got 8 years left. Here's how you manipulate that time. Who says a day is 24 hours? A day can be 8 hours, by the way. I started it 10 years ago. I run 8-hour days. People that are successful are in a bigger hurry. You don't need to be loud and intense like me, but you got to move, think, and walk and talk faster. Speed matters. You can do it however the heck you want. But my first day, I run 3 mini days. They're actually each 6 hours. My first day is from 6 a.m. to noon. That's a day. So many years ago, I went, my day is 6 a.m. to noon. I'm trying to run a whole day schedule of calls, appointments, contacts, meetings, emails, whatever it is, from 6 a.m. to noon. Day 2 starts from noon to 6. My third day is from 6 p.m. until midnight. I get 3 days a day. I calibrate time that way. I look at time that way. I execute that way. I crush you. In today's world, with the speed of internet, contacts, and you're going to compete against someone like me, you better start running mini days. You need to really start to calibrate time the way I just told you. And so if some of you are going to be at your job for the first 2 days, you got a brand new day when you leave there and you're 6 p.m. to noon. If you're going to be a real entrepreneur, you bend time. It's a little psycho, but it's what I have. If you really want to win, you really want to be very wealthy, because here's what I get. By the time you've run 2 days, I've had 6. Now stack up a month. Stack up 10 years. That's the difference. Knowledge equals execution and speed.
We are living in a generation of the dumbing down of ideas. We have traded effectiveness for busyness. We are busier than any other generation we have seen in the last 300 to 400 years. And we think because we're busy, we're effective. Ask yourself, are you really being effective? Or is your life cluttered with all kinds of stuff that demands you and drains you and stops you from being your highest and best self? And are you substituting busyness from being effective? Let me tell you, a bunch of scientists got together. They began to do some research that the average person only spends 20% of their time doing the thing that they are really passionate about, excited to do, and the rest of it is all the dismal, dumb stuff that we all have to do in order to survive. Wonder what would happen if we would switch those numbers around and only give 20% of our time to the things that we have to do and 80% of our time to the thing that we were created to do. Think about it a minute. There's a lot of things you could take from me and I could make it. You could take my suit, I got another one. You could take my house, I could get another house. But when you take my time, you have taken something from me that is totally irreplaceable.
Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but unfortunately you can't get more time. I wouldn't waste one of my days, not for anybody, not for anything. Once I understood how valuable they were, I don't waste any.
We know how to manage our money. We know how to repair our houses. We do everything except the most important thing is to value our time. It takes time to be creative. If you had time, you would be creative. But in the absence of time and with busyness and clutter, it's taking you away from what you are gifted and creative to do. We have an opportunity to learn how to maximize our lives. And think of yourself as a precious commodity that you are going to reserve your energy for your highest and best use. If you are doing anything that somebody else in your life could do, you are not reserving yourself for your highest and best use. You're missing your life, your purpose, your excitement, your enthusiasm. Understand that every moment is a gift. Every second is a gift. Every opportunity is a gift. Everybody you meet is a gift. Begin to maximize what you've got.
You got to rise up. You got to make your dreams a reality and live a damn masterpiece. You got to make a decision. What's the decision? What's the thing you came here for? The clock is ticking.
When I die, let everybody know life don't owe me any change. Most of us take our talents, our abilities, our skills to the graveyard. Rob the cemetery of your ideas.
How to go from where you are to where you want to go. How to go from pennies to treasure. Be like a sponge. Don't miss anything. Most people are just trying to get through the day. Here's what I want you to be committed to do. Learn to get from the day. What a difference that'll make in your future. Commit yourself to learning. Commit yourself to absorbing. Don't be casual in getting it. Casualness leads to casualties.
Happiness is a choice. If I think I can only be happy if they like me, you're not going to be happy. You can't please everybody. You don't have to please everybody. You don't need everybody's approval to be happy. No matter what you do, somebody's going to disagree with you, and disapproval doesn't have to ruin your happiness.
You have that as a choice. You actually do. You don't wake up in the morning and negativity, dysfunction, problems, and issues just randomly pop up. These are the people that you have decided to include in your life. So the outcome of your day, your hour, your minute, your week, your month, and your year, always dysfunctional, is always draining, because these are the type of people you've decided to include in your day-to-day life.
Because in a situation where you got a point here, am I going to please God in this situation, or am I going to please this person? When you take that long look and realize, I'm going to give an account today for every word I say, it's going to change. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to give you courage. It's going to give you the ability to stand up and be a man in a situation that is constantly trying to put pressure on you to be politically correct or socially acceptable.
You cannot expect yourself to feel good about your day when you're including negative and dysfunctional people in your day. So what their childhood friends? So what their family? We have a responsibility to walk in the direction of peace. I want to enjoy myself. I want to smile. I actually want to feel good about the people that are around me.
None of us wake up and say, today is the day I destroy my life. What we do is we make these teeny tiny decisions. All day long, these tiny decisions that take you so far off track. And then you wake up like I did and you look at your life and you think, how the hell did I get here? And you have no idea.
It has never been so easy to spend the best hours of your days chasing distractions. You can be distracted or you can get epic work done. You can't do both.
If you go back to the people that love you, be very careful of taking their advice in an area they're not successful. Furthermore, if you wanted to get in great shape, why in the world would you take advice from somebody who tells you, this doesn't work? You start taking advice from somebody who's not even in great shape, who's not even fit, and they steal your fitness dream. Take counsel from people who are successful in the area you're trying to be successful in. You have to compartmentalize success.
Watch out with the relationships you have. What kind of person are you becoming because of the relationships that you have right now? Do those people contribute to you? Do they help you grow and develop yourself? What kind of person are you becoming? People can affect us. Our peers can affect us. Our environment can affect us. Just working consciously to overcome the poverty consciousness that I was raised in. The feeling constantly of saying, Les Brown, you deserve this. It's not too good to be true. It's true because you've earned it. The old-fashioned way. You have worked for it.
Are you carrying weights that had nothing to do with you, that were completely out of your control? Are you being victimized by you?
Come on, you don't have to radically do something. You can gain momentum and make changes as you go. Just start. It doesn't take much for you to feel good about yourself. Just commit it to a new direction and you feel good. Self-esteem starts to accelerate.
You want to get better? You want to self-improve? Stop looking for a shortcut and find your guts and your passion and your drive and find your will.
With the feeling of running out of time comes pressure, anxiety, fear. Some people try to snuff out everybody around them who's becoming what you wish you were. Envy and jealousy, depression and eating disorders, and all come to help us cope with all of these issues where we are not progressing as well as we thought because we are running out of time.
You've got to chisel your character out of the raw material of yourself, just like a sculptor. Everything that happens to you, good or bad, is an opportunity for building your character. Character doesn't refer to other people. It doesn't refer to having power over other people or getting other people to follow you. Character is something that you have and that you are. Character is the person you are after you've chiseled and have gotten past all the unnecessary material to what's underneath.
You don't have anything to give that you don't have. So you have to keep your own self full. That's your job. That your real work is to figure out where your power base is and to work on the alignment of your personality with the real reason why you're here. That's the number one thing you have to do, is to work on yourself and keep your cup full. Keep yourself full.
Do you remember the last time you felt rejected? Was it a guy that never returned a phone call? Or maybe it was someone in your life who never thought you were good enough, no matter what you did to try to impress them. We all know rejection hurts. It makes us feel like we're not good enough. It causes us to question ourselves and doubt our future. I submit to you that rejection isn't something we should be afraid of. And it sure isn't something that should make us get discouraged, depressed, or work unhealthy amounts of hours just to prove to the world that we are somebody worth loving and paying attention to.
It's always going to be based on the people that you decided to include in your day, your week, your month, your year, your minute, your hour. When you go to sleep at night, how are you going to feel about your day? Stop running around acting as if you don't have a choice. You do have a choice. You love rumors, you love issues, you love problems, you love it. That's why at the end of every night you are drained. Tell everybody that
they're going to take. How I view my stuff, how I view my possessions is going to determine what I do with those possessions.
I don't think adversity by itself builds character. And I certainly don't think that success erodes it. You can build character by how you respond to what happens in your life. You build character out of certain qualities that you must create and diligently nurture within yourself. But the really amazing thing about character is that if you're sincerely committed to making yourself into the person you want to be, you'll not only create those qualities, you'll strengthen them. Character sustains itself and nurtures itself, even as it's being put to work and tested and challenged.
See, when you start growing, when you start changing the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you respond to things, when you start saying no, if people can put you on a guilt trip, they will, and use you and abuse you over and over and over again. You got to draw the line. Don't go through life feeling like you're powerless. Victims are people that are powerless. You're not powerless. You are powerful.
And an apple a day, committed to finally having a health program that'll make you the healthiest you've ever been in the next 20 years, all you got to do is munch on that first apple. But you munch on that first apple and say, this is the beginning of developing a health program that's going to make me so healthy I'll have the vitality to do whatever I want to do for the next 30 years of my life. You don't need some dramatic vision. Just begin something. That's how easy it is to change your life. You just get back on a better track. It's a small journey, changing direction.
I wonder what your life would look like if you went back to your moments of rejection. And rather than cry, get angry, you analyze those moments and reframe them as protection or projection. I wonder if you'd find keys that will unlock new paths in life that are far beyond what you can think or imagine. I wonder if buried beneath your pain and unfortunate circumstances is treasure that you could catch.
Are you going to go through the type of suffering that gets you closer to your dream, or the suffering that moves you further away? It's the unnecessary suffering that these haters put you through that isn't fair to you. It's the suffering of emotion you feel. It's the suffering of fear you feel, of wanting to please everybody. This is what I'd call false suffering, suffering with no finish line.
That's not who you are. That's just a perverted use of your power that you aren't satisfied with. And you've got the power to change that. Wherever you are, how, I don't know. But I know you've got the power to do that. It really doesn't matter what has happened to you. See, the only thing that really matters is what are you going to do about it? That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Meditation won't get you there. Getting better isn't a hack or a trick or a one change that you need to make. Getting better is a campaign. It's a daily, a weekly, it's an hourly fight. An incessant fight that doesn't stop against weakness and against temptation and against laziness. It's a campaign of discipline. It's waking up early and going to bed late and grinding out every second in between.